Hey everybody, Jared of Secondlifedesign. Welcome back to Milling Monday. Tonight we're going to get into chainsaw mill add-ons. When I'm talking about the add-ons, I'm talking about the roller bracket, the Alaskan winch, and the auxiliary oil tank. I'm going to show you what I got on my setup and what I like about them and if I would recommend getting them. So we'll get things rearranged here and we'll get into it. Okay, starting off with the roller bracket. This is a really quick upgrade that I would recommend to a lot of people. In its stock form, this is the lower bracket that you would get on your Granberg mill. This is the roller bracket, which it's a simple swap out. Has these heat treated wheels. At least on my saw, the muffler points almost straight down, like it goes down this way. And I've not had any issues in 3 years with wheels melting or anything. And yeah, they found the right compound that is not affected by heat. I've seen other people try different types of wheels from skateboard things or just different urethane wheels, and they just will not hold up to the heat. What Granberg is using now, whatever secret potion that is, it holds up to the heat really well, and I really like it. If you've never even seen the concept of the roller bracket or any kind of wheels on here, when you're milling, the power head wants to go into the log. It wants to go this direction. The way that the chain is going, it wants to pull in. So in normal form, that would be putting these two metal pieces on the log. By having the wheels here, that keeps a little bit, just enough of a gap, and puts the load on the wheels to where it just reduces the friction. So when you're pushing, it's rolling down the log itself. It seems kind of simplistic, but it makes a world of difference as far as resistance. Anytime you can reduce resistance is going to make life easier when you're milling. It's going to take less effort. It's going to make it more enjoyable. So highly recommend the roller bracket, and that's one of the first upgrades I would make if I were starting over. All right, second add-on that I would recommend for people is the Alaskan Winch. That is this guy right here. To me, this was the biggest game changer I saw in milling, and with going with a Granberg mill over an off-brand, was having the Alaskan Winch here. I've seen people take, the boat winch and kind of, make some brackets and get it on there and figure it out, and that's fine. It's big and clunky and clumsy. This is a really tight, compact unit. It does not add a lot of weight, and it's really thin line. It's maxed out, all the way over to the left, so it's really just a compact thing. And yeah, I was really conscious of weight when I'm trying to put this together. And this whole rig is very heavy as it is. So, the idea of adding on more and more weight, just, whatever I can do to minimize that, I'm all for. The biggest reason why I've liked this, and I've talked about before, is it just takes the effort out of milling, where I just don't have to work as hard. I'm using this winch to pull the whole mill through, and in conjunction with the roller bracket, it's a night and day difference. If you have not done it, if you've not tried a winch and you're pushing through by hand, I can't stress enough. Whatever you got to do, scrap some money together and try the winch out, try the roller bracket out. They're going to make your life easier. It's going to make the milling more enjoyable. It's going to take the effort out of it, so you're not fighting it the whole time. This is a little set screw that you can. It runs the drum. It goes up against the drum, tightens it down. So when you're not using the winch, you can pull the winch tight, tighten the drum down. It's not going to let the string get caught up in the blade or anything. So that's something to look for. The older versions didn't have it. They have a retro kit to make the old ones work for that, and the new ones should all be updated with this. The attachment point at the other end. This is the bracket that goes on the log itself. You always want to keep this is adjustable, for height. It goes up and slides up and down, so you can use it a few different times as your slabs are going down. You want this parallel with the pulling points. This point to where it's pulling, you want it a straight line across. That's what's going to create the least amount of pull. It's not going to want to pull the mill forward, pull it back, and get out of line. So, yeah, these two add-ons, really, really like these. Highly recommend them. You may not need them immediately, but I would work towards getting them. Keep them in mind that I don't have them today, but I will have them sometime soon. Okay, the last add-on is going to be the auxiliary oil tank. This is a case-by-case thing. My saw, I have a 661, has an adjustable oil pump. where I have it maxed out, where it is putting out plenty of oil. If you have an older saw that's a fixed pump and you're running a long bar, I would absolutely, positively recommend putting that auxiliary oil tank on there. If you do not get enough oil to your chain, that is going to cause problems immediately. So if you're running a bar over 4 feet long, or if your saw is a little bit on the smaller side, or isn't putting out the volume of oil, at least consider the auxiliary tank. It is going to save you money in chains. For the cost of that kit, would buy 1 loop of chain. So it is very cheap insurance to ensure that you're not going to have any problems going forward. Keep everything lubricated. It's going to last a lot longer. So those are the quick add-ons. The big 3 that I would think of as far as Granberg products. They have some different things. If you want to go with white, if you want to make your first cut system wider, they have different options, kind of specialty things that are out there. But those are the big 3 that I can see people using right away. With any of these products, again, use my code Secondlifedesign to save 10%. I know that sounds like an ad, but I would support Granberg products if I was not an ambassador. They have good stuff. It's really good products. They put a lot of engineering and thought into their things, and it shows that they have the best milling products, chainsaw milling products on the market, without a doubt. So get into it. Try and save a couple bucks. It helps me out as well, so I really appreciate that. All right, so one last quick update I want to share. I'm going to be altering the schedule for Milling Monday, where videos are going to come out every other week, twice a month, somewhere in that area. It's kind of coming down to the season and my workflow. It's the middle of winter in East Central Illinois, and at 4 p.m. it's dark. So by the time I get off work, I cannot do anything outside hardly. So that kind of limits my time to the weekends, and I'm just very busy. I'm busy with woodwork, that's paying jobs, things I need to get out. So the milling is still a priority, but it's becoming secondary to woodworking. And because of that, I can't really shoot a lot of content for milling because I'm doing other things. So I don't want to just put out videos to put out videos. That's kind of my number one pet peeve of YouTubers who are just putting out a video every week just to keep the clicks up, and I don't want to do that. I felt like a couple of the videos were light already, and I didn't like it, but I wanted to be consistent for you guys, so there's always something to click to. But when the idea behind Milling Monday for me initially was to serve as a reference for people. When people they message me about a question about, hey, what do I do with this thing, or what would you do with this log? I can send people to my YouTube channel, and they can find 20 some odd videos that are going to probably answer their question. I would like for it to go longer, as to be able to post weekly about chainsaw milling, but it's a balance I have to strike. I would rather have good content than just putting videos out. So I appreciate everyone's patience. The chainsaw milling stuff is coming. I got rained out over the holiday break. I had 15 days off from work. I was gonna mill up 2 giant logs. I was gonna have 8 more videos filmed of things to do, and it basically rained and sleeted for half of my break, where I just couldn't get anything done. I got rained out. So it's just one of those things. I got to adapt to it and make the best of it. So I appreciate everyone's patience. There will be more things coming. As always, you send me your questions, send me what you want to see, and I will accommodate as best as I can. I realize people don't want to see the back of my shop anymore. I don't want to either. I'd love to be outside, but it's just there's not enough hours in the day, and still working a full-time job, I can only do so much. So I appreciate everyone's patience. Drop any questions or comments below. You can always reach me on Instagram at Secondlifedesign. And yeah, I appreciate all the feedback and support, guys. We got more coming soon. Thanks.